Hi everybody, I'm Daryl with 151 Farms, and at the end of the day I'm taking a little break, but Morgan, thanks for coming by. Let me just tell everybody what we're looking at. So about 6 weeks ago we moved our fish tanks over here between our trailers, and the nice thing about that is they're somewhat shaded, protects the fish, so they're having a little bit of sunlight throughout the day, but it's not ongoing, constant. That's helped cut down the algae. We have our Plecostomus in here. And the system overall now has expanded in terms of how much water is here by about 4 times from what it was. So what we have here is the tilapia, this is the koi, and then over here we have our tilapia. And if you look between the tanks, we've networked them between the tanks with some hoses. And what's nice about that is the water will flow freely between each tank, but you can't actually allow the fish to go back and forth, so it keeps them genetically separated. Now, on the side of this tilapia tank is a 2-inch pipe, or 1.5 inches, I guess. That 1.5 inch pipe, you'll see water running out of that. Well, where's that coming from? There's a single pump that hangs in here. It's not on the bottom. A chain keeps it up about 1 foot. And what that's doing is pushing water up through into this particular rock bed. And the rock bed has about maybe 8 to 10 inches of rock in it. And the water comes up on one end and goes out the other. So the nice thing about that is, very much like what a river would do, it's water running across rocks and demineralizing the aggregate, the minerals in the rock, so that the plants can pick that up. And from what you can see here with our basil and our lettuce, here's some tomatoes, which I've been taking the tomatoes off. There's not any on there now, but there's some searcher vines. We can see them going up, and this will start blowing up. The thing is that each of these pots, and I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate it here, has rocks to about here and there. So once the plants get going and you can see searcher roots starting to come out, they're going to just start running wild in here in the rock and doing their thing. This is a garlic chive. These are my basil. Absolutely delicious. You can never put something on the plant that would hurt the fish. So there's never going to be an insecticide, a fungicide, a pesticide. Now, from what you can see here, the water comes here, runs out here. This is called a symphony grate. And what this does is it allows nothing to really clog it up. If something were to get hung on a flat grate, the water would be prevented from dropping back down to the fish and would overflow, and we'd have eventually lost all the water to the tanks and the fish would die. So with this system and this particular type of grate, a couple things prevents that. One, the pump is never at the bottom of the tank, so by it being held up, even if it were to run dry, there's always still 1 foot of water in there. And two, the water's coming back down through a grate that's not going to get blocked for you. So there's a lot to cover here at 151 Farms, but this is an introduction to our fish and our aggregate beds or rock beds that do constant flow media and a recirculating system of water. And that is really a great way to save water too, because it's not going to have any place to go except between the tanks and the plants. Plants need that for their nutrients, and the fish need that, so it prevents them from getting increased levels of nitrates, which would kill them. So it's a symbiotic relationship. 151 Farms, please check us out online at 151farmers.org. Anything you'd want to see in terms of how these recirculating systems of aquaponics work, you'll find on there at the bottom of the page. Thanks for coming out.